I didn't sleep that night. Couldn't. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw the handprints, two of them pressed deep into the porch wood, one large and one small, both pointing toward the well. Wilson refused to leave my side. His body stayed tense, tail tucked, ears pinned flat. Every time I shifted, he growled low in his throat. I knew he was trying to tell me the same thing I already understood. We shouldn't go near the well. But the pull was too strong. The air itself seemed to hum in its direction. The cold had sharpened overnight. Winter was coming, and the rules were about to change. I stepped outside just after first light. Frost crunched beneath my boots, and the woods around the cabin were silent in a way that felt deliberate. Wilson stopped at the edge of the tree line with his hackles raised. He refused to move any further. "All right," I whispered. "I'm going. Just stay here." He whimpered softly, but I left him behind. Every step toward the well felt heavier, as if the earth were resisting me. The wind picked up and whispered through the bare trees, and then I smelled it. Rot, decay, the unmistakable stench of something long dead and hungry. A hunger so deep it made my stomach twist. When I reached the well, the wooden cover was splintered along the edges, as though claws had tried to pry it open from below. The frost around it had melted slightly, revealing damp soil dark enough to look black. I leaned over the well, peering into the void. At first, I saw nothing, just thick, suffocating darkness. Then I heard it, a voice, low and guttural, not human, whispering from the depths. "Alan, come closer." I stumbled back, heart pounding, just as Wilson's frantic barking echoed across the clearing, and that's when I saw it. A shape shifted in the shadows, tall, impossibly tall, with skin stretched tight over bones that looked carved from the forest itself, sunken eyes, jagged teeth, clawed hands dragging along the ground. It moved with unnatural speed, gliding silently as if it had stepped out from the roots of the trees. A Wendigo. I'd read the stories, old Appalachian folklore about cannibal spirits cursed to wander the forest eternally starving, but I'd never imagined seeing one. Yet there it stood, blocking the path between me and the cabin. I froze. Rule number 2 screamed in my mind: if the woods fall silent, stay still, stay quiet, and the forest was absolutely silent. The Wendigo tilted its head, studying me, its long fingers flexed, its jaw open just enough to show teeth slick with something dark. Its eyes burned with hunger, patience, malice. It was waiting. I backed away slowly, careful not to make a sound, but it mirrored me step for step, as if it were reading me, learning me. I thought about the rules, the notebook, the warnings my grandfather had left behind. Rule number 8, if something that looks like you tries to come inside, don't let it. Rule number 9, never cross the property line after dark. The Wendigo wasn't human, but I felt it could mimic me, could follow me, could wear my face if it wanted. My pulse hammered. Every instinct screamed to run, but I knew running wouldn't save me. I remembered what Carter had told me. Your grandfather thought he could keep them contained. The forest obeyed him for a while. Wilson's growling echoed from behind me, and suddenly I realized we weren't running. We were defending. Then the Wendigo lunged. I stumbled back, tripping over frost-covered roots while Wilson sprang forward, barking with a desperation I'd never heard from him before. The creature hesitated for just a heartbeat, long enough for me to scramble backward toward the cabin. Frost, mud, and roots clawed at my boots as I ran, the Wendigo's horrible wet breathing growing louder behind me. The porch came into view. Wilson darted to my side, claws tearing into the frozen ground. I slammed the cabin door shut behind us, locking and bolting it with shaking hands. The Wendigo's howl ripped through the air, long, inhuman, ravenous. It pounded against the walls, rattling the windows and splintering the boards under its strength. Rule number 5, if you hear knocking on the walls, it isn't for you. Don't respond. I didn't. The Wendigo prowled the edge of the clearing, watching, hunting. And inside the cabin, the air changed. Heavy, cold, unnatural. Wilson wouldn't eat or sleep. He pressed himself against me, trembling. I opened the notebook with shaking hands, but the rules suddenly felt insufficient. Winter had fully arrived. The rules had changed, and the forest wasn't playing by any of them. The Wendigo was patient, clever, and now it knew my name. I didn't sleep, didn't dare. The knocking never came because it didn't need to. The Wendigo stayed just outside waiting, and I knew with a sick certainty that the next time it came to the cabin, it wouldn't remain at the edge of the woods. It would come inside,